All right, this is what it is. I love the idea of kayaking. To me, it looks so badass when I see people unloading their kayaks from their truck and like hoisting them into the water and jumping on and just starting to paddle out. Like, that looks cool. I love the idea of it, but once I'm out there, this is some hard shit. Who does this for fun? So when I was in New Zealand and I was offered a kayak trip through the Milford Sound, of course I said yes. Because apparently I have this thing about me where I love putting myself through hell. The Milford Sound is a fjord on the South Island of New Zealand, deep within Fiordland National Park. It's also one of New Zealand's top postcard images you'll find in every single gift shop. My good friend Jordan Sessions and I knew the most popular way to experience the Milford Sound was from a big boat. So we knew we did not want to do that. Through a friend of a friend, we ended up on kayaks. And I want to say, to this date, it was one of the most unique and wild experiences I've ever had on water. I could squat a newborn elephant. My legs are strong. I really learned I'm not a kayaker. It was something of discovery. Like, you know in those dreams you have where you're running but not getting anywhere? That is exactly how I feel about kayaking. Getting out on the water like that, with the waves trying to flip your ship, and 4,000-foot rock formations staring down at you, and mist just violently shooting up your nostrils. It's quite liberating. You just have to give in to that experience. There was a moment where our tour guide, Hori, was pointing to this massive waterfall, sort of off in the distance. And I remember giving him the thumbs up, like, oh, that's so cool. And he just kept pointing at the thing. I was like, yeah, I see it. Right on, cowboy. And then I was like, oh shit. He actually wants us to go towards it. And I remember him yelling at me like paddle hard, don't stop, because if you stop paddling, that's when you'll tip. Great, buddy, tipping is not part of my plan, don't worry about it. It was wild.
My nips are already frozen off.
After the waterfalls, there were seals jumping in and out of the water. In this particular area, there's tons of seal colonies. And I just remember thinking, if one of these bastards swims under and tips us, I'm gonna start a fist fight. After 2 to 3 hours on the water, you look up and see salvation in the distance. We got picked up by the skipper named Adam, who was steering this tiny boat towards us. As soon as we got on board and we started to set sail back home, he was bulldozing over waves. It was freezing. I'm forcefully trying to suppress the chunks of my morning Cliff Bar that want to come up and out of my mouth. It looked like a storm was coming in, but the scenery was just stunning. Looking back, I can't think of a better way to see the Milford Sound. It was awesome. After the kayaking, had the unique opportunity presented to us to spend the evening with these kayak guides. So many people in this world, sitting at home or at their desk, jokingly say, maybe on their lunch break, wouldn't it be cool to just give everything up, move to an island, and just kayak all day? This is the group that's living that dream. This is them. One of the raft guys we really took to was Adam. If I had to pick someone that defined the people of New Zealand, it would be him.
When people come here and just say that we were absolutely so lucky to be here, kind of reminds you of how fantastic it is. My love for the water came from a long lifeline of family just growing up on the ocean. Every weekend we'd be out on the water. And now I've got sort of salt water running through the veins because of that, and sort of webbed toes and gills behind my ears, and if I don't keep that stuff fresh, then I start to go a bit insane, so I always need to live next to the ocean, eh? Yeah. We got big feeds. We feed 14 here every night in the peak summer, and plus all the randoms that we come hanging out as well. I just want people to be happy when they eat food, eh? When it tastes good and there's enough of it to fill their bellies. Yeah, that's all it needs to be.
At the time when we were there, this neighbor brought over this enormous bag of lobster tail, which easily could have been $500 at any fine dining establishment. That was incredible. At the time when we did this interview, Adam was brewing his own beer in this spare handicap bathroom.
So In Milford, it's very difficult to socialise because we don't have our own pub and we do not have a liquor store or a supermarket, and well, it's easy to socialise, but of course the catalyst for socialising is alcohol, and so to overcome that problem we have learnt to brew our own beer, which we've found is incredibly cheap and really easy and quite fun. It's chaos. Yeah, I fear for my liver in about 20 years time.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Coming at you.
This was such a unique experience to spend time with these unique individuals who have so much love for New Zealand and the water. That whole experience is what travel is to me. And I don't even like the word travel. I prefer to use explore or even uncover. That's all it is. It's uncovering more about yourself, more about others, and just more about the world around you. I mean, looking back at it, we could have easily gotten on the big boat, but despite my loathing for paddling, I'm just glad we didn't. I know New Zealand's borders are closed, but as soon as they open, if you guys want to experience the Milford Sound, I highly recommend kayaking. If you're ever in a kayak with me, don't expect me to do anything. I will be there for moral support. I will be cheering you on as you're just paddling my fat ass.